Not trying to get anybody in trouble, but I want to ask a broader question because you're seeing in France the yellow vest movement. You hear more talk now about a general strike, not just automakers, but just workers. You know, when you see the level of income inequality we have in this country, when you see the effects of climate change, it seems like a lot of different movements are kind of doing separate things. You have Black Lives Matter, the Green New Deal movement, Fight for 15. There's a lot of kind of progressive movements out there. What are your thoughts? Are we? It might not be Fiat Chrysler today that's dealing with these layoffs, but what are your thoughts on automakers in general, auto workers in general, and the wider labor movement? Are we getting closer to needing a sit-down strike or a economic divestment? Because it seems, everything we're talking about, it seems like the system you preside under is kind of like a Hunger Games. Divide and conquer. You know, you can work for 20 years and then have the floor come out below you. I'm not asking, like, are you calling for it, but do you think we're getting to a point where it's needed?
Well, obviously, I'm not calling for it because I think at the end of the day, strikes doesn't help either side. It brings attention to the matters at hand, but I don't think it helps any side. I do think that the union you see today, the UAW organization you see today, is not the UAW organization you're going to see 5 years from now. And I have hope and belief that it's going to be stronger. I know that we didn't speak on it, but I know it's out there. It's the elephant in the room about the corruption, alleged corruption within the UAW, FCA, and along with GM, and I believe also Ford has been tainted in that. I think sometimes through tragedy, good things come out of it. I think we're a progressive society now. The millennium generation, you look at things differently, you treat things differently, we're more sensitive to more things that we ignored in the past. And I think at the end of the day, it's going to make us stronger. I believe the ones that's coming up now, even if they don't understand today what the whole premise of what we are, I believe they're going to be getting it through interviews such as this. I believe the company, when it comes to wage disparity, I continue to say that it's always been two classes, the rich and the poor. You know, the middle class has been chewed up and spit out, right? I don't believe that we have gotten to the point that we just have to do a mass Me Too movement or the yellow vest, as you said in France. But what I do believe that we're going to face some times where we're going to be forced to make some choices. And I believe those choices are going to dictate what happens the next step forward. And I think at some point we are in control of that, even by doing what we're doing now, speaking out and letting our voices be heard.
Same to everyone.
I'm sorry?
Same to everyone. If you think we're getting closer to that point of maybe a strike, maybe economic divestment, because it seems the auto workers, you know, at this point it seems like not an if, but when is the next round of layoffs?
And I want to say that my grandfather retired from this company, and this was over 15, 20 years ago when he retired, but at that point he hit 40. To see FCA, well, it was known as Chrysler then, to see Chrysler where it was then to where it is now is a huge disappointment, because being Motown, you know, and we build trucks, we build cars, to be that state that does that, and to go from having, because they had multiple plants, they had not only Warren Truck, they had a plant across the street that sat on 8 Mile and Mound. It was one there, it's tore down, it's gone. They had the Lynch Road plant, is gone. To see so many different FCA plants closed up and close their doors, and now actually you ride past, they're just using them as parking lot to store vehicles that have freshly came off the line for shipment, it's a disappointment. So to say that where I see FCA in another 10 years, I will say this, I won't even count on a 401k. And I'm going to tell you why. 401k is your money that you invest. And if that stock market crash, that money is gone. So pensions, to me, right now in this moment, is very much so needed. Very much so needed. So to say I have full faith in FCA and growing, I want them to. But the way they do their workers and how they want to line their pockets and cut the underdog, that's a tight ship.
I hope that doesn't come about. I'm actually from the plant that was scheduled to close down, and we fought to keep that plant open, and that plant is open to this day. I agree with a lot of the ones they have closed down all around it. It's very sad that that's happened, but in the near future, we see what's happening. It's going to be two classifications, rich and poor. They're trying to straight get rid of the middle class, but until then, I'm hoping that we can continue to survive and strive to live comfortably and take care of our family needs be. I believe in positivity, and I try to take positive out of any negative. So in my mind state, I know what it looks like right now, but I believe in a higher power, and I believe it's all going to come to light.
Do I want layoffs or anything? No, but I mean, I have to communicate a lot of information to the people in which I represent, right? And many a times, whether we was out for a week, 2 weeks, or some months, and they have questions, my response have always been, "This is the industry that we're in, right? This is just what happens." I think I was out for a little over a year if you add it all up, between 2016 and 2017, or 2016 and 2017, a little over a year. Do I want it to happen? No, but right now, I also believe, I also like to think positive. I like to speak positivity in whatever that has to do with myself. But I just believe we're living in uncertain times right now. It's nothing. It's nothing guaranteed for anybody. So I don't have an answer for it. No, I don't want. I want everybody to come out of this okay. I want everybody to come out on top. But that's it's kind of above my head. All I can continue to do my job, fight for the people, support those in my leadership, and pray that they can make something happen to where at least what the company that I work for, the company that pays me, and trust me, I appreciate that. I appreciate the job I have. I appreciate the organization that I'm involved with. But I want everybody to come out on top. But I just don't have an answer for that.
Anything you want to end on, sir?
Well, I guess at the end of the day, I appreciate you getting in touch with me and reaching out to me again. At the end of the day, we wear these shirts. I don't know if you now make sure you get a still shot of it. Your boss is not your friend. A lot of the shirt says your boss is not your friend. A lot of times people take it as derogatory. It's not meant to be derogatory. It's meant to have lines of distinction that this is a workplace, and you are expected as a union member, as an employee of the company, to follow and adhere to certain procedures, policies, and directions. But it's more or less to let the people know that that person that you're working for right now, who's not on the UAW side, when push comes to shove, they will make a choice that's not going to be in your best interest. And we need to stay focused on, yes, we want to reach across, like Democrats and Republicans, reach across the aisle and work with management, but we want to work with them in a good faith atmosphere that benefits us, just like they're working to benefit themselves. And we want the people that's in this organization of UAW to keep that in mind, that your boss is not your friend, they're your employer. And it's easy, just like happened in GM, where they make the decision, we're close. And that's a hard one to digest. But if we stay focused, I think that will help us move us forward. Other than that, solidarity.